Lyon hypothesis, which focuses on X-linked traits. X-linked traits are those that are determined based off the allele found on the X chromosome that is passed on by the mother. This also mostly determines what phenotype is shown within males. X inactivation is when a female or embryo with extra X chromosomes will turn off one of them since it is not needed so that double the needed DNA is not made. These inactivated X chromosomes are called Barr bodies, and they oftentimes will just stay in the cell. Females can have different X chromosomes inactivate, which is known as a mosaic in trait. So this allows different females to have different phenotypes expressed based off which X chromosome ends up shutting down or inactivating. One thing to note is that once an X chromosome is inactivated, all progeny cells have that same Barr body. So that same X chromosome is going to remain inactivated. So one example is tortoiseshell genotypes in cats. So in this case, the heterozygous form is actually coming out as a tortoiseshell, and only females can have this heterozygous genotype. If they have homozygous or hemizygous for the dominant trait, they will have a black coat. And if they have homozygous recessive or hemizygous recessive, they'll have a yellow coat. So some examples on the right, if you have a black cat father and a yellow mom, then what happens is the progeny results in the females being all tortoise and the males all yellow. This is because the males are only getting their X chromosomes from the mother, which only has the recessive trait. Now, if you look at a yellow father and a tortoise mom, this allows for a lot more variety in the progeny. It allows for 50% tortoise and 50% yellow in female, and 50% black, 50% yellow in male. The reason the males are only black or yellow is because they cannot have the heterozygous trait since they do not have two X chromosomes. One practice example is coat length. So if you take a dihybrid, then you can look at an autosomal trait for hair length, where long hair is dominant and short hair is recessive. So if you take a yellow short-haired female and a black long-haired male, and you do a phenotypic branch diagram, this will show you what progeny is possible. So if you start with the trait of coat length, you have two options based off the parents, and that is to have long hair or short hair with heterozygous and then homozygous. And then your trait two possibilities are going to be your half being tortoise, especially if they're female, half being yellow if they're male, and then in the short hair, the same variety. And so the progeny that you can end up with are on the right. It is important to note that no female is going to be the same. They're not going to have the same coat color and same coat pattern. This is based off environmental influences on the pigment, as well as the mosaic trait in whichever X chromosome shuts down. That's going to affect where that pigment is placed. And these are the references.